What'd you say?
How do my muscles look?
Oh, they look good. We're filming too.
Good.
So related to that, do you consider yourself physically fit and healthy? Do you exercise or play sports? And if so, how often?
Absolutely. I definitely make it to the gym like 5 or 6 times a week. I'm definitely not a gym bunny type, but it's one of the activities here in San Francisco. It's easy. It's on the way to work. It's on the way home from work. And here in San Francisco, it's harder for me to be as healthy as in Hawaii, because Hawaii I just swam and rode bikes and kayaked, and there's part of my daily routine. But we do have tennis courts right down here in Dolores Park, and I'm pretty active. Just walking to and from work every day is miles. So compared to the average couch potato, I'm an athlete.
Okay, so then tell me about your diet. What's a typical meal, and do you cook at home or eat out?
I'm pretty traditional in the breakfast, yogurt, granola, peanut butter, fruit. Boom. It's called my morning slop. I do it every morning without thought. I could probably do it in my sleep, cut a peach, put it in the bowl. In general, I eat out a lot. San Francisco's got tons of restaurants, like Mexican. Unfortunately, sometimes take out Chinese.
And do you want to talk about your obsession with pineapple and avocado?
Oh, I put pineapple and avocado in everything. Everything. Cereal, toast, squirrel. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Do you have any bad habits or health concerns you would eventually like to change, such as like bad diet, weight issues, dependence on medications, or anything like that, and explain? So bad habits.
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's necessarily bad because it's debated, but coffee. I definitely drink a lot of caffeine. But it's my one vice left. I've been clean and sober for 10 years. So coffee. And I have some stomach issues I've dealt with my whole entire life. And Western medicine hasn't been able to identify it. They've just labeled it as IBS. And I'm not happy with that. So I'd love to maybe find some tree bark from Africa to chew on that would help me. I'm open. I'd love to.
Do you have any fears or phobias? Elaborate.
In general, fears or phobias in general, I fear bubble gum.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. You do.
I don't know. I have no history with being traumatized by bubble gum, but I hate gum.
Does it make you nauseated?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Right now I'm not. I don't even want to talk about it.
Okay, so we want to elaborate.
You want a real fear.
That's
I don't
real
like
fear
heights. I don't like heights, but the flip side of that is I love heights when there's water below because I love cliff jumping and diving, but heights in general, I get weak in the knees and kind of white out, opposite of blackout.
So, how open are you to learning about or trying ancient or unusual medical practices from around the world, and why? So, strange things, or odd cures, or interesting solutions for healing?
Oh, I'm 100% open to it. Even here in San Francisco, I've had friends who have dabbled in things like raw food diets and gluten-free diets and just some odd practices in American standards, but they've had fantastic results. I've even had friends with HIV try specific things that are known to just be not scientifically proven, but they've showed dramatic health results in them. So I am open. Open.
How do you think you'd react to some of these bizarre and outrageous medical practice? Some may be extreme.
I don't know. I'm a chameleon. I adapt really well to the situation. Yeah, I'm not really grossed out by anything. So, I don't know. This would have to be seen. I don't know for sure. I'm really got some tough skin.
Okay, well, here's an example. If one of the foreign practitioners on this journey believed that bathing in goat's pee was a cure for migraines, would you try it? Why or why not?
Oh, I'd try it. Thankfully, I don't have migraines, so I might use that as an excuse not to sit in the goat's pee. But if they had, I'd ask them questions. I would want to know why they use it and what it's coming from, and maybe where the goat's history. But yeah, I would absolutely try it.
So tell me about the most daring or spontaneous thing you've ever done, and describe the circumstances.
My story's going to go back to Hawaii. I'm a lot more daring in Hawaii. For some reason. God, the most daring thing. We do a lot of weird cliff jumping things in Hawaii, which I don't know if it's probably not the safest. What, kitty? What? You see a ghost?
Oh, he sees the reflection from the iPhone.
Anyways, back to me. So we do a lot of cliff jumping and stuff like that. So I guess that'd be spontaneous to just find certain areas. We'd always go down and kind of navigate the water to make sure it was fine. But I'd always instigate a good cliff jump or a bridge jump. We got in trouble when I grew up in upstate New York jumping off the bridges up in Cornell University because it was illegal.
What was the last unusual, exciting, or adventurous thing you instigated, and elaborate?
These cats are distracting me, but they're so damn cute. The last, I have to say, I don't think this is going to be exactly maybe the answer you're looking for, like an outdoor adventure, but I was recently in a fashion show by a Dutch designer named Walter van Beirendonck, and he cast a whole slew of different kind of models, guys with beards and bigger guys. And I got me and a couple of friends, and we went to the casting, and they picked us to be in the show, and we had to walk in the Berkeley Art Museum around this humongous circular runway.
And this was all just like people off the street, amateur kind of stuff.
Yeah,
right?
amateur stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, of course,
I mean,
you might mistake me for a supermodel, but no, and I guess what makes it daring was the fact that 20 of us at the end had to wear knee-high socks and little white underwear. And do the whole runway and walk around 1,000 people in our underwear. Later to find out that these underwear cost $275. They won't be worn. That's an adventure. It might not be the outdoor adventure you're searching for.
So, what is something we would not know just by looking at you? So maybe about your morals, upbringing, something like that. Something that we wouldn't know from looking at you.
I don't know. This could be like a personal question.
Well, yeah, it's a personal question.
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to keep it all light and fluffy, but I had a kind of a rough childhood, and a lot of people, when they hear my story, it involved a lot of abuse and alcoholic parents and this and that. And normally when people meet me, they say they would never have guessed that. So that's kind of something that they would never guess from me. Well-adjusted, and people are always amazed when they hear that some of the torture that I went through as a kid, and how I smile.
Okay.